Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fox and I am so excited that you decided to join me for another Sims 4 speed building video. Happy 2023. I know we're already in February, which is just crazy, but it is my first video for the year, so Happy New Year. I did have most of December and January off because my daughter was home on school holidays and I just needed a little break. So it was just perfect timing. But she is officially a schoolgirl now and she has finished all of her transition sessions and half days. So today is her first full day of school. And so it was just the perfect opportunity to finally sit down and record the voiceover for this one. So that's what we're doing today. We are building a modern base game starter house in Oasis Springs. So I did mention this video or this particular build last year. I remember when the base game went free and I was building some base game houses. I did have some requests for a more modern base game house, so I'm finally getting around to doing that for you guys, and I do apologize it took so long, but the break was much needed. And yeah, I thought this was just the perfect video to start off the new year with. We are also starting off the new year with a new computer and a new setup here as well. So if the audio sounds different or if you can hear anything different in like the background, that is because I'm still working out the new setup. I feel like I'm constantly changing my setup and just kind of uprooting my whole routine. As soon as I kind of get used to something, I change something. But for Christmas I got a new computer and it is very beautiful and much better than the one that I had. Even though there was nothing wrong with the one that I had, this one is much better, but it is slightly more noisy with the fans. So if you can hear any background noise, I do apologize. I'm gonna have to work out how to adjust the fans and the noise. I'm gonna have to do some noise reduction through the microphone because my microphone picks up absolutely everything and it can be quite a pain. But yeah, anyway, talking about today's build, as you can see, this shape has come together quite quickly. I wanted to work out where I wanted everything to go and if everything was going to fit. So it is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom home with a joint dining kitchen space and then a separate living room. I would recommend this home for like a couple because we're like right on budget with this one. I think it's like 19,700 simoleons. So if you move into this one with a single sim, you're not going to have much money left over. But if you move in with a couple, I think you'll get like 2,000 simoleons on top because you start with 20,000 and then for every family member that you add, you get an extra 2,000 simoleons for them. So it's just the perfect little starter house for a couple, which I don't know about you guys, but when I start playing a new save, I tend to play with like either families or couples, just because I usually end up having to make like the partner anyway, because all of the townies are just not, I don't know, they're just not good. So I usually play with a couple, so that's what I kind of built this for. So yeah, I don't know, I think it's just a perfect cute little modern house, and I've actually done a lot of play testing in this one. I did play in this house for a little bit in one of my personal gameplays. So yeah, I had no issues. I ran into no issues with it. I do know that the kitchen has some clutter on the only bench space because I do get rid of a couple of the counters in there. So I didn't have any issues with that, but I know that it is common to have your Sims not be able to cook if there's something on the counter. Because I alt placed it off the counter, I didn't have any issues in my game, but I do play with some mods and things like that, so that might be why. So if you do have any issues with that, just delete like the paper towel and the little cutlery or utensil pot that I place on the counter, and hopefully that will fix it for you guys. But you'll see here that I am just trying to work out what I can and can't get into this house. I think we're sitting at about 17,000 simoleons at this point, so I was kind of like freaking out a little bit because I did want to add certain things and it was just getting a bit pricey. So I do jump around and remove some things, see if I can add some things, and then I do jump into the landscaping, which is completely just debug because I didn't have the money, and I actually kind of like the debug plants a lot better as well. So I do jump in and do the landscaping, and then I realize, I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I've got a lot of hours in The Sims. So I play this game quite a lot, and I usually do building, like it's my main thing that I do. So I don't know why I didn't think of it, but the pavers that I place in the front and backyard cost money, and that was money that I didn't have to spend. So I do actually delete all of this outdoor paving that you can see here, and I replace it with terrain paint, which is obviously free. And then I was able to get some more money to be able to do some more decorations. So that's what I end up doing. And I'm glad that I figured it out, because I was able to get a few more things inside and just make the house feel a bit more lived in and a bit more like fully decorated. Even though it is very simply decorated, just those little extra touches definitely made a huge difference. But this is where I started to figure it out, and I didn't figure it out straight away. I keep slowly deleting some of the pavers before I finally figure it out. I also do use one of the debug or the live edit planter, I don't know what they're called, like garden bed things here. You'll see it here, just to add a little bit of interest into the backyard. There's nothing else in the backyard here. Again, because it's not like a family home or anything like that, I didn't think to add anything extra into the backyard, and the grills and everything are so expensive. So I wasn't able to add one of those in, unfortunately, but you definitely can add that in as your Sims make more money. But I just think that it's a really good little space. It feels fully decorated to me, and as I said, I had no issues with like routing or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you guys like this one too. I am just going to say as well, make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram now. My Instagram is at arcadefox with an underscore at the end, because I am going to finally be sharing more of my Sims content over on my Instagram. I did a little poll on my Instagram the other day asking if you guys wanted to see more of my like Sims 4 builds, screenshots and things like that, and everybody, I think nearly everybody, like 93% of people said yes. So if you aren't following me over on there, make sure you do, because I will start sharing more of my like work in progress shots and things like that over there. And yeah, anyway, we are sort of just wrapping up the landscaping here, and then we do move on in and just sort of add some final details. As I said, I saved some money with removing all of the pavers and replacing it with terrain paint, so we were able to get that paper towel and that utensils pot. Is that what it's called? A utensils pot? You guys know what I'm talking about, that utensils holder in there. So I was able to get those little extra details in, and some cabinets and things like that. So I am really happy with how it turned out, and I do just quickly change the shape of the bathroom as well, because you'll see me here move the bin and the plant, and then I didn't like how the dining table was kind of sitting, so I extended the bathroom just a little bit, and it worked out perfectly because the shower slotted into that little spot really well. I don't know, it turned out to be like a really good decision. So, and I had extra funds to be able to get the big couch back, so there is 2 couches in there. We are just finishing up all the final touches here, so we will be jumping into the screenshots. If you do want to download this build, it is on my gallery. My origin ID is at arcadefox, And yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.